You know, sometimes when we are ready to make a change, it can feel really overwhelming and a bit intimidating. So I have a strategy that I've found works really well. It's worked well for me personally, and it's worked well with a lot of the people that I've coached over the years. And it's simply this: experiment. You know, sometimes we get stuck when it's time to make a change because we're trying to figure out the perfect solution. And if we don't figure that out, we don't move forward at all. But what if you just began brainstorming some ideas about what you could do differently to move you closer to the vision that you have for your life? And if you experiment, you basically are taking a specific amount of time. It could be a week, it could be a weekend, it could be a month. And at the end of that period of time, you ask yourself, how did this work for me? Is this something I want to continue doing? What did I learn from it? Is there a way that I might tweak it to make it better? You know, several years ago, I experimented with the idea of not eating meat. Several friends were doing it and talking about the health benefits, and I just thought, let me try it. Let me see how this works, if I could keep it up. You know, what kind of things am I going to be eating and how am I going to prepare my meals? And so I tried it for a weekend. And a weekend turned into about 5 weeks, at which point I decided, I don't think I want to do this for the rest of my life. However, I learned a lot in the process. It actually caused me to be more intentional about noticing what I was eating, the content of what I was eating, the fat content, how it was prepared, things that didn't necessarily seem related to not eating meat, but it just raised my awareness about my health. It was a good experiment. It actually improved my life in some way, but in the end, I decided that that full change wasn't one that I felt compelled to make. And sometimes when we experiment, that's exactly what happens. It's not that the experiment was bad, it's that we learn something about ourselves and we're able to evaluate and make the right decision for us. So how about you? Maybe it's in your schedule. Maybe you could experiment with every single day in the next week, you leave work on time. Perhaps you could experiment with your money. Maybe it's spending less in a particular area, or maybe you're going to experiment with offering a new service if you have a business and you're going to try it just for the summer. We're going to offer this and let's see how it goes. And perhaps it has something to do with your relationships. Perhaps you're just going to try getting together with a friend on a specific day of the week. And you're just going to do that. You know what? For the next couple of months, let's get together every Tuesday for lunch. Whatever it is that you are trying to move towards, whether it's nurturing your friendships, nurturing your health, doing better with your money, doing better with your schedule, having more margin. I don't know what it is for you, but here's what I do know. If you will experiment with changes, you can get to the change that is just right for you, because you're being intentional about taking action and then learning from the actions that you take. That's really the essence of coaching, and I really believe all of us can learn how to coach ourselves to better lives by being intentional and using our lives almost like a laboratory to experiment with things to see what works and what doesn't work before we move forward in full commitment of a big change. If you want more life strategies, go out and visit my blog. It's at valerieburton.com/blog. I'll talk to you next time.